Hey everybody, how's it going today? Welcome to Codec Calls. I'm here again with Oxxykitten, and we're going to be talking about some different stuff that has been announced and some just general gaming related stuff. So one of the big things, I guess, is State of Play, and I guess that's going to be on the 9th. So
yep, on the 9th. If you're Pacific time, it's going to be 3 p.m. If you're on the Eastern, East Coast, it's going to be at 6 p.m. You're going to get, that extended look at the medieval remake. I'm really excited. I enjoyed that game as a child. I've had it for the original PlayStation. Fond memories. I'm really, really excited for this. I'm super stoked.
yeah, I'm pretty excited for it as well. I think it's going to be really good. I think that the way Spyro and Crash and the Crash Racing that's coming out in June, the way they're looked, if they're going to give it the same treatment, I'm very excited to see what it is that they do with it, because, I mean, those other remakes were fantastic from the PlayStation 1 that they've done and such. So, they've also said that they're going to be announcing a brand new game during State of Play. So, I don't know. Do you have any ideas what you think it could be?
I have no earthly clue what it could be, because it could be in any direction. It could be like a small platformer, because, they're trying to mimic, this is their second one, isn't it? And it's like they mimic Nintendo Direct in a way. They could just announce a small, tiny game, or they could announce some, really big, massive game. They can do both directions. It could be very anticlimactic.
New Killzone.
I can see that. People have been wanting that for a long time.
Yeah. New Killzone, I could see that. What would be another new game that people know about, but it hasn't been announced per se? Ooh, what if they announced the new Call of Duty? There was a rumor that there would be more details about the new COD soon.
Yes.
And the new...
It's about the time, because usually COD comes out in November, so I feel like around May, June, that's a good...
Call of Duty has been PlayStation somewhat exclusive here recently, so that would make sense on why it would be announced at State of Play.
Yeah, well, first release, getting some good exclusives at first, at least for a couple of weeks. I see what you're saying, yeah.
So, I don't know. I mean, that's totally a very good possibility of what they could be announcing. Alright, so it's definitely something we're going to be needing to keep an eye on. Like you were saying, that is at 6 p.m. Eastern.
Yes.
And then 3 p.m. Pacific.
Yes, sir.
Alright, so that is going to be on the 9th, which is going to be today as of this video uploading.
It's about an hour, actually, so we'll be, after doing this podcast, we're going to be watching this, so, our next podcast, we can be discussing what was actually in State of Play. We can compare from this one.
Yeah, that sounds like a good plan. So yeah, make sure you keep an eye out on that. It will be 6 p.m. Eastern on the 9th. So, something else that was recently announced was EA Access coming to PlayStation 4, and that looks like it will be coming to PlayStation 4 in July. Now, Oxy, are you familiar with EA Access at all?
Yes, I knew it was on Xbox for quite some time, just exclusively, from my understanding, because we had, an Xbox One for a while, and I noticed it had EA Access, and I was like, oh, I've never...
I believe PC also has it, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, where I have not gamed on PC for a while, I did not notice that, but the very first time of me actually knowing about EA Access was when we owned our Xbox One.
Yeah, so the way it works, from my understanding, is it's $5 a month, or $25 for the year, which is not a bad price at all.
No, actually, no.
You get to stream certain EA published games through its streaming you get a 10% discount on all other games you purchase through it. You also get early access to certain games, about 10 hours of play before anybody else. Yeah, so it's kind of like a streaming service plus discount service.
And perks.
Yeah, all in one. So if they give a free trial, it's definitely something I think I'll mess with, and then based on how much I use it, I guess that will determine if I end up keeping it or not. I don't know. I know a few people that have it, but I don't know a whole lot of people that have it. So it's definitely something I'm going to need to keep my eye on personally. Yeah. It sounds like a really cool concept, though, especially if you're really big into the Battlefield series and such. You know, they are going to be doing the new Star Wars game. That's going to be Respawn, which, you know, is with EA. So they're going to, I would assume that it's going to be on EA access to some degree. That's definitely something to keep an eye out on. So, Oxy, we're the owners of a PlayStation Classic, and I know PlayStation Classic has been the talk of gamers here recently, off and on, for a while. You know, it came out at $100, 20 classic games pre-installed. You know, they kind of followed suit after Nintendo did with their NES and their SNES classic re-releases. What do you think about the classic? Like I said, it's gotten a lot of bad rap. Came out $100. I mean, we ended up getting ours for, I think, about 25 or 30.
Yes. I think it got a bad rap because people were expecting, you know, the golden games of the PS1. You know, I'm not, you know, dishing Metal Gear at any means, but with my point being, they wanted Crash, they wanted Lara Croft, where they are re-releasing and remastering these games. It wouldn't make sense because you can obtain these games being freshly made in modern time, where this is meant to be a blast of the past. I like it.
Correct, and I think one of the reasons why they put Final Fantasy VII on there was because they knew it's still not coming out for quite a while, and this might give people something to hold them over a little bit to play that original included with these other games. They do have Persona, Cool Borders, Metal Gear Solid, as Oxy mentioned. They also have Ridge Racer, I believe. Super Puzzle Fighter, which, I'm going to be honest with you, that game's fucking fun as hell. I played the shit out of that game. Actually, I owned it on the PS3, and it was a PlayStation 1 classic, if I'm not mistaken, or a port of the PlayStation 1 game with trophies. And I enjoyed the hell out of that game. Played it all the time on my PS3. It's a lot of fucking fun. So, I don't know, like I said, for the 25 or 30 bucks that we got our PlayStation Classic for, I really enjoy it. Mm-hmm. I recently went through and I did a playthrough of the Metal Gear Solid. I also will probably be messing with Tekken 3 at some point. There are a few games that are the European version, so they have a lower frame rate, and I think that's another reason why it got a bad rap upon release, is because they put versions of the games that were inferior. They had better versions out that they could have put on there.
Persona, for instance. A lot of people don't like the Revelations Persona version that's released on the PS Classic because of how different it is.
Correct. Yep. Yep. That's very true. Tekken 3 was one of the ones that was a European one and has a much lower frame rate, from my understanding, than the one we got here in the U.S. So it just doesn't make sense to me on why you would put something that is inferior on there and try to sell it like it's the best of the best that was available at the time. But I'll be honest, like I said, for the 25 or 30 bucks we got ours for, I really enjoy it, and what I've played of it, I feel like I've got my money's worth out of it. It's a nice little item that sits on my shelf. I play it from time to time. I like it. One more thing that I feel like we should talk about before we kind of close it up here is a new game that was just announced called John Wick Hex. Now, this is not probably what you were thinking it was going to be when you hear John Wick. Probably a first-person or third-person action shooter game where you can pull off crazy combos like Wanted, Bullets of Fate, or some shit.
Maybe I'm gonna go on a limb and maybe, DMC, maybe slight juggling.
Yeah,
with
something.
Some gunplay, I don't know.
Yeah, maybe some VATS, freeze time, pull off some crazy ass shit. Well, I'm just gonna go ahead and stop you there, and you've probably already heard this from another source or two, but we're gonna talk on it a little bit. It is a real-time strategy game that is gonna be coming to PC and console, and basically you will be able to plan out these awesome, sweet moves that John Wick pulls off. And then execute them in game as smoothly as he pulls it off in the movie. So I think it is a very good way to pull it off. The art style is a little bit different than what most people probably thought it would be. It's called John Wick Hex. It's very polygonal, shapy.
Alright.
I don't know.
The hex comes in effect there. Alright, I understand.
I don't know. It's pretty cool. It's different.
So really prisms, maybe?
Yeah, very prismy. It's a very good... It almost reminds me of Volume, but not to that extent.
Alright. I see what you're saying. I have not seen this yet, but I'm definitely going to have to check it out after this. Definitely, for sure.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I can't wait to see some more on it. I really enjoy XCOM, and that's kind of what this reminds me of. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. So I want to appreciate y'all for coming out and checking out this episode of Codec Calls with me and Oxxykitten.
Yep, thank you for having me once again, and thank you guys for listening. If this is your first Codec Calls, we have 2 other episodes. You can check out them. We can have the links below or above. We'll probably have them in our description. We have our pilot up. You should definitely check it out.
Alright, and I want to thank Fingers for the music in the background that's been playing throughout this. You need to make sure to check him out. You can go to patreon.com/fingersf1ng3rs, and you can buy his music there from Patreon. So yeah, make sure to check out the other Codec calls that are available, and make sure to check out Oxxykitten on Twitch at twitch.tv/Oxxykitten. OXXYKITTEN. Peace out, and thanks for watching. I hope y'all have a great rest of your day. Peace.